Now, what in the carnival is going on here? So imagine with me, if you will. You've been trying to find a cruise on a specific carnival ship for about a year. Then out of nowhere, you are able to find a very unique itinerary, in this case, a European, UK, Ireland cruise. And well, unfortunately, the cruise at that point in time is fully booked. But then lo and behold, just under a week before the sailing, you're able to find a vacancy, a insider room for a pretty good deal and some little giblets of onboard credit. But then lo and behold, on your travel day in which you're going to the port in which you're sailing out of, while you're taking a 2.5 hour flight, a bus, and another hour train ride, during that train ride, you find out that your cruise has unfortunately been canceled. Well, that's what happened to me. I was supposed to be sailing a 9-day UK Northern Ireland cruise on board the Carnival Pride. Now, this is a seasoned ship launched in the year 2021, cost $350 million to build, and it holds 2,100 passengers. I was excited because I've heard a lot about this ship. It has been sailing at once upon a time last year out of my city of Tampa Bay, and I've been tracking it down ever since. Now, according to Carnival themselves, this ship is having some propulsion or engine issues. Now, as most of you know, I am somewhat of an investigator. I like to see what the tea is and see what's going on. For every sailing that I plan on embarking on, I always join the Facebook forum for that specific sailing. That way, there's a possibility that there are passengers that are doing maybe a back-to-back. They can inform you on what's going on. Allegedly, there was some kind of bang sound that took place recently on board the Carnival Pride about 24 to 48 hours ago. Some people are, of course, speculating, stating that the ship got struck by lightning or that it hit a rock or something like that. But all we know is that potentially an engine or an isopod on board is down. The ship is now heading over to Kiel, Germany for an assessment and repairs. In the meantime, Carnival has reached out to the passengers that were sailing on July 21st to let them know that this sailing has unfortunately been canceled. Obviously, I am upset as I was excited about this cruise, and well, I'm already in this very small city. There's not a lot to do here. However, it is extremely beautiful. I will give it that. But the reality is, well, the cruise is canceled, so now Carnival has to put out some options. And I will argue on Carnival's end, they are doing a fantastic job, as this is an international sailing. There are a lot of people coming in from places like, of course, the United States, because Carnival typically sails out of the US. You have a lot of the customers, the base that's over in that area. So Carnival has announced that for people that have not left to go to Europe yet, Carnival will give them a full refund and 100% of future cruise credit. Not a bad deal. However, if you've already traveled over to Europe like I have, for example, Carnival has announced, as well as the ambassador of Carnival Cruise Line, John Held, that poor devils like myself that have already traveled to the port in which we're sailing out of, or just Europe in general, that we will, of course, be getting a reimbursement of some kind as well. For the hotels, they reimburse us up to 2 days starting on Friday the 21st in the form of $300 per day. They will also give us a per diem of $100 per each day for food or whatever little gibbets that we need for comfort and personal care, which is not a bad deal as well. In the meantime, I'm afraid that me personally, I'm in somewhat of a limbo situation right now. They are assessing the extent of the damage on the Carnival Pride, and they're stating that there is a possibility that they could do a shorter sailing, like a 7-day sailing, and get here a little bit later. And of course, we will be reimbursed and given some extra additional onboard credit, which is pretty cool. Or the other option would be to go on another Carnival Corporation ship, that in the form of, at this point in time, Princess and P&O over in Southampton, which for me is about a 2-hour train ride away. The problem with that is that for me, I was just on the P&O Iona, which is one of the options. I sailed on that ship about 2 weeks ago, but there is also the Sky Princess of Princess Cruise Line. I have not sailed with that ship or that line ever, so I'm thinking about that as a possibility. However, I am in limbo until maybe tomorrow or so when I'm able to get in contact with Carnival Cruise Line. I have tried to contact Carnival Cruise Line via telephone while I was on my train ride from London over to Dover. However, unfortunately, I was unsuccessful because, as you could imagine, they're probably swamped with tons and tons of calls in the thousands, on top of not just the Carnival Pride situation, but whatever other situation is going on with their 20 plus ships. This is definitely a first for me. It is a bummer. Obviously, I am in somewhat of a different situation. I can travel wherever I want, but imagine all of the other people that have this one little slot of a week or two for vacation or to have this type of unforgettable adventure, and now they have to kind of pivot and figure out what worked for them. It is, of course, like I said, a very good thing that Carnival is cooperating. They are doing, I would say, above and beyond, giving the reimbursements, the refunds, the future cruise credit, the potential onboard credit that is to come as well, and the option to switch to another itinerary or another cruise ship that is not too far away. As you could imagine, there are other passengers that, like I said, are in a limbo situation right now, and a bigger one than I'm currently in. I'm already over here in the UK, so I have options. I can just cancel and go back to France with my girlfriend. I also have another cruise coming up in 2 weeks and another one right after that while I'm here over in Europe. There are people that are literally sitting at the airport in the United States right now, supposed to be boarding a plane in an hour or within the next 24 hours, and they're debating if they should even get on said plane and just take the refund and go on about their business and potentially look at other options for their unforgettable getaway and vacation. At this point, personally, I'm just saying it is what it is. Good job, Carnival, on handling this situation and not beating around the bush and waiting until the last possible second, because obviously, with these times, with the digital revolution, people are talking fast and they're seeing your reaction and how you handle this. I do believe they are doing a great job. This situation does suck, but these things happen. It is what it is. There's only so much that can be done about it. As for me, I guess I'll sit here, watch some Netflix, relax, and chill for a little bit, because unfortunately, this morning I had a pounding migraine. I used to get them all the time as a kid. I couldn't even stand up this morning. Thank God for medicine. I took some Advil gels, the only thing that works for me, and well, this is how I'm able to be able to speak to all of you guys. But don't get it wrong, I do not feel that well. But of course, I always say on YouTube, you are a slightly exaggerated version of yourself. You still have to put on a show. If I came in here regardless of how I'm feeling and I was just like, hey guys, cruise got canceled, it wouldn't be that fun now, would it? Now, obviously, I'm gonna need to get some rest after this, to eat some food, drink some water, lay down. But just know I appreciate all of you guys. What do you think I should do? Let me know in the comments. You think I should go ahead and get the refund and go back to my beloved Lauren over in France and just wait till my next cruise, because I have plenty of them coming up? Or should I just wait this out and see if I can maybe get on like a 7-day sailing on board the Carnival Pride? Or maybe look at the Sky Princess, since I have not done a princess cruise yet. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit that like button on your way out. And as usual, know that I love and appreciate every single one of you. I'll see you later. Take it easy.